The president is an employee of the people of Kenya.
Yes.
He's a servant. He is a president because the people of Kenya, using their constitution, have made him president.
Yes.
So anything he does must be within the parameters of the law. So if he goes to borrow, IMF and World Bank have a responsibility to ask him, where do you draw the authority to come and borrow this money?
Good.
That's what they should ask him. Then they ask him, what does your law say about borrowing? They should be able to point out, even them on their own, they should be doing their own due diligence to find that Kenyan law only says you borrow for development. And that borrowing must be approved by the Kenyan people. So Parliament must approve that money that you want to borrow.
Yeah.
When somebody walks into IMF to say, I want to take a loan, or I want budgetary support, IMF must do what they call their due diligence. Before we enter into a program with you, are you a country of the rule of law? Where are your laws? Or are you a monarch? You are King Mswati, who rules without a constitution.
Yes.
That it is your word that you take. But no, you are a republic. A republic governed by the rule of law. You have a constitution. Okay? Give me a copy of your constitution. In terms of public finance, do you have a loan public finance? Give me that loan public finance. So IMF should on their own be able to say, we've looked at your laws and what it says, we can't see our role in your laws. Because as per your laws, you are limited to only borrow for development. We don't have capacity to give development lending. If you want to borrow for development, go to our sister World Bank.
Yes.
So IMF is not doing this. But you ask yourself why?
But someone would ask, when I need a loan from a bank, I'm the one who approaches the bank. The bank has conditions. It's not like IMF has put a gun on Kenya, like, hey, borrow from us, it's a must. We are the one who approach them to borrow.
It's true. They've not put a gun on our head to borrow. But there's what we call buyer beware. They also have a legal and a moral obligation. Before you engage with a country, you must adhere to that country's laws. You must respect that country's laws. You cannot just say that because he's the president who has appeared before me with his finance minister and attorney general, they have the authority of the people. No. These are not the owners of the country. These are servants of the country.
So we are saying the president just walks in and he says, I need a loan, and they give him a loan.
Yes, they give them the loans. They don't do their due diligence. Because if they did their due diligence, they'll find that IMF has no role in Kenya. Before, during the Moi days, before the 2010 constitution, maybe because it was open, they had a role.
Yeah.
But in this new order, Kenyan people are very clear on their budget. They're saying your budget must have revenue and expenditure. There is nowhere that you can see anticipated IMF's role. Because on our development, we've specifically said development budget, you must get parliamentary approval, number one, and it can only be to finance a project. So IMF should be telling us, which project are you funding, which project are you financing, and where did Parliament approve that project?
Yeah.
Our main problem is the IMF and these domestic banks, how they lend to government without following the law. This loan that you said you gave the people of Kenya, us as the people who pay for this loan, we said our loaning is only for development and it must be approved by Parliament. Show us the parliamentary approval. Number two, show us which project it financed. If you can't show us, we'll tell you we are not paying it. Because it's an illegal debt. It's an odious debt.
So we default.
We don't default. We declare it odious.
We don't even default.
We say it's legal.
We say we don't know it.
We don't know it.
See hata defaulting.
No defaulting.
Tuijui.
Hatuijui. Because even the bank has a duty. The bank has a duty to do its due diligence.
When they are lending.
Yes, even you today.
Kwanza, hey, that process is the most tiresome.
You are taken through a rigorous process.
Yes.
They are asking, you said you are lending, give us a copy of your ID.
Good.
Give us a copy of your
salary, your pay slip for the last.
They'll even call your employer to confirm if indeed you work there.
Yes.
That is what is called due diligence. By the time your loan is approved, the bank knows you in and out.
So not only are we saying that we don't owe IMF anything, we are also saying we don't recognize.
We don't owe the local banks that have lent to Kenya government.
Even the local banks.
Yes.
This is not
And
just an IMF issue. Even the local banks.
The local banks are affected. Because they've given money illegally. Because if you put them to task,
they can't.
Just put PFM Act here. Put Section 15 is here.
Yes.
Says you only borrow for development. And number 2, you must get parliamentary approval. Call all those lenders and ask them, show us the parliamentary approval for this loan. Show us which project it financed. They will not show you. And if we are a country of the rule of law, why should we pay? That's not our loan.
Hey.
You people went and played games with officials. You decided to ignore the law. Why should it now be our obligation to now accommodate you for your financial malfeasance? We should say no.